Hi there guys and welcome to my video. Today we're doing yet another book haul. So today I'm gonna show you the books that I bought in April. And I am now officially on a book buying ban, so I need to stop. There might be one exception, which is that if I go to a thrift store and I see books that are like €1, maybe I can buy that. Especially if it's something that fits within the books that I'm collecting or the author that I'm collecting. So, but I need to stop. I need to also like count my books, count how many I have that I haven't read, and read them before I can buy more books, basically. I really don't handle having a large physical TBR. It causes me stress. It doesn't cause me joy when I look at my books and I think, oh, I have so many books to read, how lucky I am. I get like, oh my god, I have so many books, oh my god. That type of, I'm that type of a person. So I need to just stop and read the books that I have before I continue. I'm sorry, but like the background, I'm doing this at the same time that I'm actually reorganizing and kind of figuring my bookshelves behind me, and there is a video probably before this one about that, or maybe after this one. I'm not quite sure the order I'm gonna upload them. But and I think in that video, if it's not like crazy long, I might go over my kind of a quick bookshelf tour, at least how I organize them and like the authors that I'm collecting and things like that. But anyway, let's get into these books. So the first few books are books that I bought from Amazon. I have been looking everywhere for Penguin classics of Jane Austen's books, and now I finally found this one. This is Sense and Sensibility, and I also bought this one, which is Lady Susan, The Watsons, and Sandition. So I now only need Persuasion, I think, in the Penguin edition, and then I will have the entire collection. I do have all of the novels, at least, in like a more like decorative edition that I don't want to read, but I want to have them also in like hard soft paperback. And so I went ahead when I saw that Amazon had these. I went ahead and I got those, and I am planning on taking part in Austen July or July Austen. I don't know. I think it's Austen July, where it's an event hosted here on YouTube, and I can't remember who hosts it, but I will talk about that as we get closer to July for sure. And I am planning, I think I'm going to read everything, all of her books. I think there are 6 novels and then the shorter works. And also, I got this one. Jane Austen at Home, a biography by Lucy Worsley. I've seen people talk about this biography, and I couldn't find it in my audiobook app. At least not, I haven't found it yet, but maybe it's there. Maybe I haven't looked close enough. But I would love to read more about Jane Austen's life. So I got this one as well on Amazon. And when I was shopping, this one came up as a recommendation. Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal and Other Writings. And I just had to buy it. So A Modest Proposal is a satire that Jonathan Swift, who was an Anglo-Irish author who wrote Gulliver Travels, for example. And he wrote this, I think, at the end of the around the turn of the 18th, 19th century, where he is making a very satirical proposal about how to feed the Irish, basically, the Catholic Irish. And it's brutal, but it's just like right on the money. And I actually, so I did my first degree was an English language and literature degree here at the University of Iceland. And we read this in one of my courses. And I actually did my bachelor thesis comparing A Modest Proposal and an Icelandic satire, because I was doing this in 2009, right after the big financial crisis. If you remember it, Iceland was basically on the verge of bankruptcy, and there were a lot of things happening that were not good. And so we had this TV show that did satire, and they did it so well. So I'm kind of, my argument in that was how to use satire to make fun of things that are really too horrible to make fun of. So in this Modest Proposal, Jonathan Swift is playing with the saying the English are devouring the Irish, and he's just kind of making it literal, basically. I would definitely recommend you read that. It's really good, I think, and it's, quite horrible. But yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, I have to, because I don't know what happened to the copy. I used to have own this, at least the Modest Proposal. I remember it being very thin, and I don't know what I did with it. So I wanted to own it just to remind myself of that lovely time. Yes. So I also, what I did in April is I went to Dublin, or Ireland. I spent a few days in Maynooth in County Kildare, west of Dublin. I was there for a conference, and of course I went to the bookstores. I do have a vlog of my trip to Dublin that I have in my other YouTube channel. I will link it below in case you are interested to see what I was doing. I mean, it's not like I didn't show everything. Obviously, I was there with people and other people and my friends, and so I didn't want to, be obnoxious filming those people. So I didn't, but I was filming little things in Maynooth and in Dublin and like places like that. And I did show. I went to Eason, which is a kind of bookstore chain, but I also went to the Maynooth University bookstore, which is really lovely. And I had a chat with a lady there, and it was just very lovely indeed. So I bought Irish books, but I also bought other books that are not Irish. I think I'm going to show you those first. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm going to start with the books that I bought there that are not Irish, but I thought, found them to be super interesting. And first one is the Penguin, I sound like Mr. Benedict. Anyway, the Penguin book of murder mysteries. So these are short stories, or short books, short stories, I suppose. With lesser known mystery writers from, doesn't really say from what time period, but maybe it says so in there. I think it's from the 19th and early 20th century. But that sounds like so fun. I love murder mysteries. Anyway, Agatha Christie is my favorite, so this one is. Anyway, I also found Stephen King's Carrie. And I'm collecting Stephen King, or at least I'm reading Stephen King. I have a project that's probably going to take me several years, where I'm going to be reading all of the books by Stephen King in publication order. And I loved Carrie. I read it as a library book, and I wanted to own a copy. And I would have preferred the original paperback copy, but I haven't been able to find that so far, at least. So I saw this one, and I like this one quite a lot. So I decided to go ahead and buy it. And also this one. I've been really curious about this series. It is now on Netflix, or is coming on Netflix, I'm not sure. But I have the audiobooks for books 2 and 3, but not book 1. So I really wanted book one. So I decided when I saw it, I was just like, yeah, okay, €10, I can do that. So I went ahead and bought it. Yes. So and then the Iris by Iris authors. Bought quite a few. I in Dublin, and I've just recently finished reading James Joyce's Dubliners. And spoiler, I loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. So basically a collection of short stories that are not really connected, but kind of tell the story about life in Dublin in like I think the late 19th century, I think. And I have been wanting to read Ulysses. And I know that this book, a lot of people find it difficult, but I seem to enjoy difficult books. I loved Middlemarch, for example. So there's something about this book that I've been wanting to read it for a very long time, so I decided to go ahead and buy it. I'm pretty sure that when I read it, I will do like a audiobook, maybe a hybrid. But I love having the copy of it, and I love the fact that I have it, and I bought it in Maynooth. I asked I looked at. I think there are. Okay. Calm down. I have a project of where I want to read at least one piece of work by every single person that has won the Nobel Prize in Literature. And I think there are 4 rather than 5 Irish authors that have won the Nobel Prize in Literature. There is Samuel Beckett, Keaton, something, and W.B. Yeats. Seamus Heaney, I think, yeah. So there are 4 guys who have won the Nobel Prize, Irish guys. And I asked at the Maynooth University bookstore, I asked them, like, because I couldn't find any. So I just asked them, do you have anything by any of these people? And this is what they had. They also had Seamus Heaney. And I was like, but I decided to go with Yeats. Yeats or Yeats? I remember reading him in college, and I really enjoyed him. So I don't necessarily read poetry a lot, but I have a lovely collection of poetry, and when like the mood hits me, I love being able to just read a few poems here and there. So I don't necessarily put it on my TBR or like make like a project out of it, but I kind of just like to read kind of when the mood hits me, basically. And then I decided to go ahead with Sally Rooney, and she has written several books, obviously, but a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, recommended this one. So I decided to go ahead with Conversations with Friend, because I think that they are young students who live in Dublin, and Dublin is just one of my favorite cities. So went with that one. And I also decided to go with Claire Keegan, of course. I really want to watch this movie when it comes out, if it has already come out. And I mean, I don't think this novel needs any introduction. I really look forward to reading that, and it's really lovely and short. But I also decided to go ahead and buy this one, Antarctica. Yeah, so I don't really know anything about it. There were also other books. I didn't see Foster, which was one of the books that I wanted to buy, but I didn't ask them if they had it in the back or anything. So anyway, I went with this one, and so I'm gonna be reading some Claire Keegan. I also asked the person at the Maynooth bookstore that I just told her that I'm interested in reading Irish authors, so I was buying these books, and if she has someone that maybe isn't as famous internationally, and she told me about Donald Ryan. I think that actually he is quite well known, but not nearly as well as the other ones. So this is kind of a thriller, I think. Is it a thriller? No. I don't know. I don't know exactly what this is, which is fine because I wanted something surprising. So The Queen of Dirt Island by Donald Ryan. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And then I saw this one. This is actually like a true crime. And it is the Dublin Railway Murder, the sensational true story of a Victorian murder mystery. So apparently there was a murder in November 1856. And there's some people here trying to I don't know if the author has fictionalized it, like so it's based, or if it's like a true crime thingy. I think it's a true crime thingy, but that sounds so fascinating to me. Here in Reykjavik, we have this really lovely kind of book cafe. So it's kind of a bookstore and a cafe, and it's really nice and cute and everything. And I love going there. I went there a couple of days ago, and this is the first time that I go there and I actually look at the books. I usually just go there and have coffee and either work on my laptop or read something, or have a chat with a friend. But this time I decided to go ahead and look at the books, and they had a section of books that were like around €3, and I found some really fun books there that were only €3. So I decided to go ahead and buy that. The first one is actually Dickens, Nicholas Nickleby by Dickens. So that's like, I don't know why they would sell this for €3. It's, it looks brand new for sure. I actually read Nicholas Nickleby in college, maybe even high school, I can't remember. And I saw the movie, which I loved. And I really enjoyed this book. I remember enjoying it. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna ever read it again, but I have at least read it. So it's not a to-be-read book for myself. It's a book I've already read. And I am kind of unofficially, I think, collecting Dickens and his books. Because I have now like several of his books already. But I also found for €3 Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. This is part 2. The Stormlight Archive book 1, part 2. Yeah, so I don't have part 1. One of my goals for 2024 is to try to read some of Brandon Sanderson. And with like the videos that I've watched and what I've read about him, I'm pretty sure I'm going to love him. I love fantasy, and I feel that Brandon Sanderson is going to be someone that I enjoy. So when I saw this one for so cheap, I decided to go ahead and buy it, even if I haven't read it already. And then I do plan on listening to these as audiobooks, and then eventually buy the books. So I will just have to, at least one of them was cheap. So that was my justification, and it was really fun. Also, the next book that I bought, it was actually in this bag here, and it said, I don't know if you can read this. You can just pause, but it was like a mystery bag. But it was very obvious to me. It says, a giant turtle with the world on her back. Like, if you know fantasy and anything about fantasy, you know that is Discworld by Terry Pratchett. So I want to read Discworld. I don't know exactly if I'm gonna get to it this year, but it's definitely a series that I would like to read. And these editions are really nice. I mean, I don't mind them. I would probably, if I continue buying them, get them in paperback. But so I have book 1 and 2. So this is, I think, The Color of Magic, I think, is the first one, and The Light Fantasy is the second one. In the there are so many, like, let me see. Can you not see it here? I think I saw it. So this is in the Discworld series. Yes, The Color of Magic and The Light Fantastic, and then there are like trillion books. But I have those, so I'm really excited about that. And then the last stack of books I got at the thrift store for like, some of them for less than €1, some of them for about €2. So obviously I'm calculating it from Icelandic krona, which is our currency, but in euros, I don't know the dollar. It's very similar, I think. But anyway, so these are interesting books. So I actually found Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons in English, which is very rarely find books in English. I love these. These are one of my favorite books, like thriller, like mystery, thriller type of books. Really enjoyed those. I love the movies as well. And I just saw them and I was like, yeah, of course, I'm going to have to get those for sure. And then I think all of the rest are in Icelandic, like translations or Icelandic books. So first of all is Les Miserables in Icelandic, the Icelandic translation, and it is like in these 4 volumes. I don't know if that is how it was done everywhere, like if it was it published in 4 volumes, or I don't know. I don't know why it is in 4 volumes and not just one book. But I decided to go ahead and buy them because I've been kind of thinking I'm gonna listen to Les Miserables as an audiobook in English because I have a really nice audiobook with an audiobook narrator I really like. But I was thinking, like, do I need to buy them in English? Because I like to read the books in the original language. I don't read French though, and I figured I could just as well have them in Icelandic as in English because there's no reason for me to have a French book translated into English when I can have it translated into Icelandic. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my reasoning to get it in Icelandic for sure, and I really look forward to. I haven't at the time of filming this, I have not started listening to the Les Miserables. But I look forward to doing that. Another book that I also got, which is Russian by Fyodor Dostoevsky. It is called, I think, The Idiot. Is it called The Idiot? Yes, Idiot. The Idiot, book 1 and 2. And I am kind of on a mission to read more Russian literature. And then I also found Isabel Allende, who is he Mexican? I should know this, of course. It's called De Amor y de Sombra. I don't know what it would be called. Love and Shadow? Yeah, something like that in English. But it is 1984, and this is only the first. This is the first, like. No, I think the second part is anyway. Isabel Allende, who is also Isabel Allende, sorry, who is a fantastic author, and then I saw this one by Elena Ferrante. I think she's Italian, and it's called My Brilliant Friend. And this is I obviously translated into Icelandic. And I've been seeing people. I remember there was a TV show, and I feel that I watched it here and there, but I didn't watch the entire series or the entire season or however that is. But I would love to read this book, and I've seen a lot of people here on booktube reading this book recently, so I thought that would be fun. Another fun book that I found was actually this one. I was so surprised. It's called American Notes, Master Humphrey's Clock, Dickens, Life of Dickens. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I have no idea what this book is, but it is. Yeah. Okay. So there are 3 books in it. In this. I think it's cool, and it's Dickens. And then the last one that I want to talk about are actually books about Halldór Laxness. He is the Icelandic Nobel laureate in literature. He won the Nobel Prize in 1955. He is a master novelist. I am on I'm working on a project to read 12 of his books this year, 1 book a month. And to be honest with you, I'm probably going to continue and try to read all of his collections because for the most part, I'm really enjoying him. But these books I found as well for like €1 each or less than €1. So this one is just like quotes. So like different type of quotes from his novels and his plays and, his poetry, I think also. So that's pretty cool, and it just looks very lovely. It's called The Pearls of Literature, Laxness. So it's like the pearls from his thingy. And then here we have his his biography. It's huge, but I'm very excited about that because you can see him here. There are pictures of him, and I'm actually at the moment reading his memoir, his first part of his memoir when he was a child. So here he is as a young man, and it's just so fun and interesting to read. I don't know if there's a picture here of. Can you see a picture here of him as an old man? Here you can see him as an old man, the one with the hat. But I am discovering that I love Mr. Laxness. I think he is brilliant. I love his work. I love his way of, speaking or writing, and I'm really enjoying this project. Definitely, there's not all of his work is gonna be like fantastic, and I had one that was like, but for the most part, I'm really enjoying it. So. If you want to read someone who's won the Nobel Prize in Literature, I would definitely recommend Mr. Laxness. He's a lot of fun, for sure. Okay, I think that's it. I'm just making sure I didn't forget anything. Now I can put them away into my bookshelves that I'm in the midst of reorganizing and making beautiful. And you will be able to see my finished bookshelves and book tour in an upcoming video for sure. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!